up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are about to get lit, and when I say lit, I mean lit on food. We are making these whiskey glazed meatballs from scratch. Let's get to it. We'll start this recipe off nice and simple by making our whiskey glaze. For the glaze, you will need lemon juice, whiskey or bourbon, whichever suits your fancy, brown sugar, and ketchup. You will also need Worcestershire sauce as well. Once you have all your ingredients, especially your whiskey, we are ready to get right into this recipe. So you'll need to grab a mixing bowl so you can mix all of your ingredients together. We'll start by taking your ketchup, 1 cup of ketchup, and dumping it into your bowl. Next, you'll take 1 cup of brown sugar packed and dump that into your ketchup as well. Now when it says packed, my assumption is that you're packing it tight into your measuring cup. So I packed it tight. Next, you will need to take your whiskey. We will be taking 1/2 cup of whiskey. I chose Maker's Mark. You can also choose bourbon or whatever brand you like the best. But I chose Maker's Mark. We're gonna take 1/2 cup of that and drop it in as well. I had to make sure that I was getting good whiskey, so I went ahead and poured myself a shot as well, just so I can taste the ingredients as I go. You wanna make sure that everything is copacetic and a little extra for a little taste. Into this mixture, we are also going to add 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, last but not least, we'll add in 2 tablespoons of our Worcestershire, our Worcestershire sauce. Since this is our last ingredient, once it is in the bowl, we are ready to stir our sauce. You want to make sure that you are stirring your sauce nice and well so that there are no clumps, no bumps, or anything like that. You want it to be nice and smooth and have that saucy texture. In the beginning, it won't be too thick until you cook it up. Now that we have our sauce all made, we can put a paper towel over that or some saran wrap and set it aside for later. And now we're ready to create our meatballs. Now at this point, you can pour that sauce into a crock pot over some frozen meatballs, or you can get 2 pounds of ground turkey and make it yourself. So for the purposes of this video, this pan is used to just mix everything into. So you want to start by dumping out your ground turkey and discarding, of course, that bloody paper because it's nasty. Next, you're going to take 1 cup of Italian style breadcrumbs and dump it right on top of that mixture. You can get any brand you like. I chose the Meyer brand. That does not matter. At this point, you should also turn on your oven and preheat to 375 degrees while we are actually preparing our meatballs. Next, we are going to take 2 beaten eggs. As you can see, I'm beating them here. And you're going to dump that into your breadcrumb turkey mixture. So make sure you gather up some space for your eggs to go in, and then you can pour those right on top. The next thing you will be adding is garlic powder. Take 2 teaspoons of your garlic powder and put it directly in this mixture that we have here. Next, you will be adding 2 teaspoons of onion powder, and that can go directly on top of the mixture as well. And then I opted to use Italian seasoning instead of using just parsley, or all I had was fresh parsley. So I did use 4 teaspoons of parsley or Italian seasoning in place of parsley flakes. Now that you have all your ingredients in your pan, you can also do this in a bowl. It's easiest to simply use your hand in order to mix everything up. So just get down and dirty, make sure your hands are washed. I hope you washed them beforehand. And mix everything in until everything is well mixed and you don't have pieces by itself. So this is where you need to get your baking sheet, or in my case, I did use a stainless pizza pan, and I did have to get a little ghetto fabulous on this step because I did not have any spray oil. So instead of using the spray oil, I took some extra virgin olive oil and I poured it on the pan and rubbed it around thinly with the paper towel in order to spread it out a little more. So that's what you'll see me doing here. I wasn't about to go back to Walmart for some spray butter or cooking spray. After we have finished ghetto greasing our pan, you are ready to begin making your meatballs. Your meatballs should be 3 tablespoons of meat in each ball. So my tablespoons got a little large here, so I eventually broke these down into smaller meatballs. Take the 3 tablespoons of meat and just roll it in your hands. And when you're done, you should have a pan or 2 pans of meatballs ready to go into the oven. Your meatballs will cook for 20 to 25 minutes at 375. After your meatballs are done and out of the oven, I put them in a separate dish altogether so that I could pour the sauce across the top and then put them back in the oven. I would advise taking them out of the oven 5 or 6 minutes early in order to pour your sauce on and let them cook the little amount of time left with the sauce on top. So here we're going to coat them all in the sauce and put them back in the oven for 5 minutes. And just like that, we are done. Your meatballs are ready to be eaten. As you can see, I did have a little taste test, but they are ready to be eaten and served to your friends. Let me know what you guys think of this recipe down in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next video. Toodles! Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.